Hey, welcome steam enthusiasts, and today we're going to be concentrating on the sight glass drain valve, which I've been pushing for a long time that people install on their sight glasses, and replace the silly plug that is found at the bottom, because that's I guess technically a drain, but it's really it makes an excellent quarter-inch plug in a pinch. So this is a red-white valve. They're usually special order. And one of the things that is, as the installer should do, is when you install this, you should show the customer how to use it and what they should expect. The water should disappear from the sight glass and should go right back up in the sight glass. And what this is doing is making sure that this part of the show is not clogged, and the sight glass is telling you the truth. Because if this part clogs, then what can happen is it looks like there's water, but in fact there isn't. You really don't know what the water level is, and that's the way you want to test and prove it. Also, it helps keep the sight glass a little cleaner. There's usually a buildup of rust and goo there, and if you drain it periodically, once a week or so, starting after Thanksgiving and going into Easter, this should help keep that sight glass clean. Now, this is newly installed and hasn't been fired yet. Usually when it comes, what you want to do, little tip for you, is put a level on this nut here. See if you can get it. See how you want it resting, and you want to make sure that is level there, or you want to have this nut perpendicular to the sight glass. And the same thing at the top here. You want that it's a little off, but a lot of times what happens is these come askew because they're just assembled and they're being pushed out the factory door. And it's up to the installer to check this little detail. What that'll do is that will reduce the likelihood that this will form a leak over time. Maybe not. That's usually a good thing to check. And then you want to maybe just snug that up just a little bit. I would loosen and tighten, and make sure that's that tight, but not cranked, because you could break the glass. But what you're doing is you're squeezing a rubber gasket around the glass and making sure it doesn't leak for a long time. Then you want to make sure that there is a hose on the end here leading to a bucket. And the reason why you want to have a hose on here is that if the customer opens this and there's no hose, they could experience spray or hot water, and then it's an unpleasant experience, and so they won't come and drain and test the unit. So you want to put a hose on there so it protects the customer from possible unpleasantness. And I'm going to just throw out a little tip there. You can get brass 3/4 female by 3/8 barb. This is 3/8 barb, and these come in various sizes depending on what hose you have. This is probably the smallest that you'd want to deal with. We have a lot of these left over from laundry supply hoses, and so we cut the end there and just stick the barb on. You really have to lubricate it and push it. Yeah, you really need two hands with this. And it's not going to work with just one hand, but you just want to make sure that goes in nice and tight. And this is brass, and the nice thing about it is if this does leak, if this is the cut end of a washing machine hose, this will rust and and it causes problems. So with the brass, it's recoverable and reusable, and that's all to the good. So there's your tips. I hope that was helpful. Please leave comments below, and like and subscribe. Thanks again. Take care, and see you on the next one.